Best Projectors 2023. The smell of the popcorn, the hush of the theater, the lights go down, and on goes the film. There's nothing quite like the cinema. Making your own private movie house can be a lot easier than you think. Spend the right kind of money on the best set of products, and you could even make something better than your local theater. The key to the experience, of course, is choosing one of the best projectors. Number 1. Sony VPL-XW5000ES. The VPL-XW5000ES is a watershed moment for not just Sony's projection business but the home cinema world in general. Why? Because it's the cheapest truly native 4K laser projector the home cinema world has ever seen. Prior to the XW5000ES, Sony's entry-level SXRD 4K projectors, such as last year's VW290S, VW325ES in the US, have relied on lamp rather than laser technology. Moving to laser, though, means no longer having to put up with either the inconvenience and ongoing costs associated with having to replace lamps every few thousand hours of use, or the relatively rapid degradation in brightness that lamps suffer. While you inevitably have to accept a compromise or two in return for Sony delivering a full 4K laser projector at this price, those compromises are ultimately crushed by the joyous impact the XW5000ES's combination of laser lighting and exceptional X1 Ultimate processing has on both your immediate and long-term movie night thrills. Number 2. Epson Home Cinema 3800. It's a shade pricey for an entry-level device, but make no mistake, the Epson Home Cinema 3800, known as the HU715Q in the UK, is the king of affordable 4K projectors. It's easy to set up and install, and produces a picture that's reminiscent of what you'll get at the cinema. You'll get a great image right out of the box without needing to be any kind of expert at tinkering with the settings. All the preset modes are very well judged, and it gives an excellent level of black depth and dark detail for a projector at this price. Colors are balanced and motion is naturally smooth. That said, it's as much the convenience of this machine that makes it so good. Bluetooth allows for direct connection with a wireless speaker or soundbar, and the high luminance means that it's usable in moderately lit rooms. In other words, an AV, speaker package and home cinema room are not entirely necessary. How's that for a superb family projector? Number 3. Sony VPL-XW7000ES. Sony is taking no prisoners with its pair of new native 4K laser projectors, with the VPL-XW7000ES being the higher end of the two models, as we've already given the cheaper VPL-XW5000ES a 5-star review. It's now time to look at its beefed-up counterpart. The Sony VPL-XW7000ES takes everything up a notch, pushing brightness up to 11 and featuring a more comprehensive set of motorized lens controls. Its native 4K resolution and, notably, high lumen count should catch the eyes of those looking for a flashy projector that will have people talking about the device as much as the content that's being watched on it. The Sony VPL-XW7000ES consistently received involuntary verbal reactions of "wow" and "can you believe how good this looks" throughout our testing. The brightness surpasses the gimmicky branding that many would expect, and the details are razor sharp. The Sony VPL-XW7000ES takes everything up a notch, pushing brightness up to 11 and featuring a more comprehensive set of motorized lens controls. Its native 4K resolution and notably high lumen count should catch the eyes of those looking for a flashy projector that will have people talking about the device as much as the content that's being watched on it. Number 4. Epson Home Cinema 4010. It might only have a full HD chip, but the Epson Home Cinema 4010 still supports 4K and HDR content thanks to its clever 4K enhancement tech. True, it's not native 4K, so will look a little wanting compared to a proper 4K model, but this model is a lot cheaper and still delivers an exceptional picture for the money. The image is pin-sharp and very colorful, while also popping with punch and dynamism. The Epson digs out plenty of detail in dark scenes too, useful if moody, moonlight-lit thrillers are your bag. Plus it's a cinch to operate thanks to the motorized lens and handy remote control. If you're ready to take the step up from a big screen TV, but don't want a native 4K projector, which tend to be prohibitively expensive, this is a great middle ground. Invite people round for a movie night, and you won't hear any complaints. Once the 11 Epson is hoisted onto our AV rack and connected to the Cambridge Audio CZUD 4K Blu-ray player via one of the Epson's 2 HDMI inputs, which allows 4K pass-through thanks to its HDCP 2.2 certification. Setup is straightforward, thanks to its motorized optics. This allows us to fit the picture onto the screen simply by using the 2.1 zoom, focus and lens shift keys on the remote control. Number 5. LG CineBeam HU715Q. Ultra-short throw projectors, or USD for short, are becoming an increasingly popular option for those who want the big screen theatrics of a projector with the convenience of a TV. Space saving is the game here. Without the need for mounts or dedicated home cinema rooms to house bulky traditional projectors, the USD main advantage is that it can be placed against a wall but it can still produce a huge image. The LG CineBeam HU715Q is about as close as a projector can get to being a TV, with a sleek design, sharp picture, and built-in WebOS operating system. But while it may be close, could it really replace your TV? The LG HU715Q is the most convincing case yet for swapping out your TV for an ultra-short throw projector. Naturally, it does offer the inky blacks, striking contrast with next-gen gaming specs of a 77-inch LG C2 OLED. But it does offer a vastly bigger and more cinematic picture, and for a lower price. You should also consider a traditional home cinema projector, of course, but for those who don't have the space or patience, a USD will make all sorts of sense. And if that's the case for you, this is the USD projector that we most heartily recommend. Number 6. JVC DLA N7. JVC has set the standard for high-end projectors with its DLA design since 1997, and it doesn't look to be slowing down anytime soon. The DLA N7 is here to carry the torch on for this long line of prestigious projectors. It's fully featured, capable of producing a gorgeous image, and is just an all-round showstopper. Over the years, practically every JVC DLA projector has performed well in our reviews, so the N7 has a lot to live up to. Thankfully, this projector, much like those before it, steps up to the challenge. This projector never brags to you about how capable it truly is, instead letting the crisp, natural and cinematic picture wash over you. It's home cinema projection taken seriously, and while there are other options at this price with puncher pictures, the JVC is here for people who want to be immersed in the image rather than what the projector itself is doing. Number 7. JVC DLA M5. The DLA M5 is JVC's most affordable DLA projector for 2022, and with JVC cheapest laser DLA model setting you back well into 5 figures. We have a funny feeling that interest in the lamp-based M5 could be seriously high, especially now that the COVID years have given us all a whole new appreciation of the value of a high-quality home entertainment system. Don't be put off by the DLA M5's lack of laser lighting. Yes, you will likely have to change a bulb or two during your time with it, but the rewards for this occasional bit of maintenance are consistently gorgeous all-round picture quality at a fraction of the price you'd need to pay for one of JVC laser models. Its step-up model does also use JVC shifting technology to deliver claimed 8K resolution versus the N5's native 4K. But nice though that extra pixel density might be to have on a really big screen if money is no object. Being able to save thousands of pounds or dollars by making do with the M5's native 4K resolution will seem like a pretty decent compromise to many. Sony's upcoming XW5000, which will offer a native 4K resolution and laser projection for just PS $5,999/$6,000/$1,995, looks set to give the N5 some stiff competition. But if the M5 can maintain the sort of contrast for which JVC DLA technology is legendary, it could well still feel worth the extra. Number 8. Sony VPL VW325ES. This is Sony's replacement for the excellent VW295ES. Now armed with the X1 for projector picture processor, and features like super resolution reality creation and dynamic HDR enhancer, it resets the standard for the entry-level native 4K projector. Like the rest of the native 4K Sony series, the 325ES uses Sony's SXRD 4096x2160 resolution DLA panels which combine the best of LCD and DLP technology. The results in this case are sharp picture which draws an excellent balance between HDR punch and tonal details. As with most native 4K machines, there's no Dolby Vision support, but Sony's own dynamic HDR technology can still provide a frame-by-frame HDR analysis for the best possible picture at all times. Even with SDR material, the results are quite astonishing. There's little want for detail when upscaling from HD, and there are bags of carefully shaded nuance with both contrast and color. The only thing that stands in its way is that the even better JVC DLA M5 isn't a whole lot more expensive.